Let's go from Donald Trump to Ben Carson. Ben Carson, another Republican presidential candidate, also gave a speech to the Republican Jewish coalition recently. Same group where Trump showed up and started parroting Jewish stereotypes. As Right Wing Watch described it, Ben Carson's speech to the Republican Jewish coalition was stiff. I have some video and audio of Ben Carson struggling to pronounce the name of the terrorist group Hamas, instead saying something that sounds like the popular Middle Eastern dip and one of Lewis's favorite food items, hummus. This is video from Right Wing Watch. It basically sounds like Carson is reading a history book or a Wikipedia article about the Middle East. Take a listen to this.
But beyond the territorial challenge, a much bigger challenge exists. The challenge is the split between Fatah and Hamas. Fatah and Hamas operate in a constant state of conflict. Fatah rules the West Bank, Hamas rules the Gaza Strip. These two groups are constantly arresting each other's political foes in their respective territories. They reportedly torture each other's
Yeah. We have Fatah on the one hand. They can't figure out whether they prefer traditional garbanzo hummus or whether they're open to radical ideas seen at some hipster pubs in Brooklyn, like a black bean-based hummus. What does it really tell us? Well, I think this confirms that what Ben Carson's foreign policy advisors said to the New York Times is spot on, which is that Ben Carson is completely clueless on foreign policy. That, I think, is the big revelation here.
Yes, and you see in his speeches a lot of the time, especially when he's talking about foreign policy, that his eyes do not leave the piece of paper he's reading off of.
Right. He
He does not have the stuff memorized. He is not easily recalling the things he's been coached on or has been learning. And I don't know if his followers even care or notice.
Well, I would say after I watched this video, I thought to myself, this guy is so hilariously clueless. It's no wonder so many Republicans like the guy. He just has essentially no connection to the real world. And this may shock some of our audience, Lewis, but I'm ready to announce today I am 100% in favor of hummus.
Yeah, me too, Dave. Even radical, like beet hummus, I'm in favor of it all.
And now, how do you do that? Is it still garbanzo based with beets in addition, or can you make just a beet based hummus?
If you wanted to, you could make a beet-based hummus, but as I've been seeing them in stores, it's more like traditional hummus with beets thrown in there.
What would be hilarious now if at future press conference, Ben Carson is actually asked questions about hummus, but not saying hummus, but meaning the terrorist group Hamas. Just legit questions about hummus, like how does he feel about cilantro content within hummus, or would he be open to very, very spicy hummus, etc., and seeing if the guy even makes the connection.
I wish that someone would do that. I don't think he'll ever be in a position where someone will even be able to ask him those questions, but it would be funny.
After the break, Richard Wolff, economist, will join me. I am on Twitter at @Pakman. Lewis is on Twitter at @LewisMotamedy. And we are, of course, all on Reddit at davidpakman.com/Reddit, Reddit. Economist Richard Wolff joins me next.